Hi, I'm Mac. Hi, I'm Ruckus. And together, we're Maximum Ruckus! Yay! What's up, Internet? Welcome back to Maximum Ruckus. I'm your host, Makenna, AKA, not Jose Ruckus. Joining me for the first time, it's my father, the man himself, the Rodman, Rodney May. Hello. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having me. I thought there'd be like intro music or something. I'm a little disappointed.
There is. I do that in the editing.
Oh, you do that in the editing?
Have I never showed you the intro to Maximum Ruckus?
Maybe you did. I don't know.
So I thought of it the day that we announced the show, so I didn't have time for Brandon to record the audio. So it's us going, hi, my name's Mac. Hi, my name's Ruckus, and together it's me doing his voice. Yeah.
I didn't realize that was intro music, but
yeah,
whatever.
That's the intro to the show. Oh yeah, no, we're not that fancy yet. We gotta up the budget for that.
I guess I don't understand what intro music means. If that's intro music, then apparently, maybe these new trendy things now. I thought it used to be like songs and stuff, but
yeah, well, okay. It's kind of a Maybe next year we'll think about it for year 4 of the podcast.
Okay. Year 4, yeah. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
That's a big deal.
That's
a big deal, man.
Yeah, it's not till April, so we have some time to figure it out, but.
All right, so you might as well said like year 10. Well, it's not for 6 more years, but we're almost in year 10.
Yeah, exactly.
Just round up.
That's we'll probably start doing that. Yeah.
That's cool.
Been on for 1 decade.
Okay. So you get what you said, like 1.5 million viewers for this?
Yeah, just about. There's people clamoring to buy us.
Yeah. Okay, gotcha. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
We outlasted the actual HBO Max.
Well, you know what? We need to make this thing go viral. So I think this video is going to go viral for multiple reasons. One, I think you're a fantastic host and the show is awesome.
Thank you.
I think I'm a fantastic guest. And guess what? Who ditched us? Jose. Guess what? This is like Wally Pipp. You know the Wally Pipp story? Oh. Wally Pipp was the starting first baseman for the New York Yankees. He gets sick, misses a game. Mm-hmm. He's replaced by Lou Gehrig. Guess what Lou Gehrig does? Goes on to play in the next, 2,100 games or something like that. So, Jose, guess what? You just been Wally Pipped by Lou Gehrig right here, brother. So
has the verb Wally Pipped been used, or was that the first time that's been used as a verb?
I'm using it.
Are you bringing Wally Pipp to Central Pennsylvania?
I'm bringing it. I brought a lot of things to Central PA. The show Friends, back in 1994-ish. Yeah. No one was watching this show on NBC. I start watching it. I'm thinking, this is a pretty good show. I start telling people about it. Next thing you know, bam. It becomes one of the most highly rated shows ever. And thanks to me, it made it to Central Pennsylvania. Because at that point, I think I may have been the only one watching it. And you know what show I probably like least right now? Friends. Yeah. After I brought it here, I was like, it's not for me. Too much showboating, But whatever. They had a nice run. They had a nice run.
10 years.
So anyway, I'm a trendsetter.
What else? I don't know. Didn't you also bring the Rams to Central Pennsylvania?
Well, I did. I definitely brought the Rams. There are really no one that used to root for the Rams. I've been a Rams fan my entire life, born with the initials RAM. And if this person I guess it's on this side, Rams. If Makenna was a boy, she would have been Rodney Allen May Jr. I would have been Rodney Allen May Sr., and so I'd be wearing my initials right now. But she's not. Everything's cool. It all worked out, so I'm just Ram at this point. But yeah, from 2nd grade, I got my first Ram sweatshirt, and I used to wear Ram shirts every day to school. 4th grade, the Rams played the Steelers in the Super Bowl. They lost 31-19. There was a couple issues there. Stallworth and Lynn Swan pushing off the whole game against our D-backs, Rod Perry and Pat Thomas. Refs weren't calling it. I was 9 at the time. I saw it. They weren't calling it. Rams were winning 13-10 at halftime. They lost 31-19. But you know what I did the next day at school?
What'd you do?
A bunch of Pittsburgh fans. I wore my Jack Youngblood jersey like nothing happened.
Oh.
They're like, oh my gosh. Kids are like, I can't believe you're wearing that jersey. And I'm like, well, I love my team, and really, all I have are Rams stuff. So if I was either going to go shirtless or which they frown on that in fourth grade for some reason. I have no idea why. But so then I just opted to go with the Jack Youngblood jersey, which I still have to this day. Oh, hey, did we go to commercial break or do halftime or anything? I'm going to slip it on real quick. It's a little snug, but whatever.
Do you actually still have it?
I still have it. Yeah, I mean the numbers and stuff are it got worn heavily. But yeah, I definitely still have it. I may have tried putting it on a couple years ago. I may have. I'm not sure, but anyway, yeah, I still have it. In addition to probably another 20 other Ram shirts from back in the day.
Whoa.
I've obviously I'm wearing a jersey right now. I don't know if anybody saw the game last night, but this guy right here going to be MVP, Matty Stafford. He's a stud. He's a stud. So if you aren't a Rams fan and you want to jump on the bandwagon, don't twist your ankle or anything, but we'll welcome you for the next couple weeks because we're going on a 2-month run that's going to be unparalleled in the history of the NFL. We're going to win against the Giants, which probably there might be a few of us from this household at that game at MetLife. So I'm prepared for that game. I'm trying to figure out where we're going to sit. I'm thinking behind the goalpost. At this point, I'm trying to figure out what sign I want to make. I got a couple options, Obviously, I'm not a controversial person, but as a Penn State grad, I'm very frustrated with the direction Penn State football has gone since basically 1986 when they won their last national. I guess they won it in '87, but whatever. I'm thinking about maybe a sign that says "Fire James Franklin." So I ran that by a guy tonight. I announced a high school basketball game tonight. And so I ran it by one of the assistant coaches because he came over to me. He's like, dude, you're still wearing those jerseys. And I told him I'm going to go to the game. And I said, how about Fire James Franklin? He goes, well, who are they going to replace him with? And I thought about it. And I thought, I really don't care. One, I don't care. I don't want the guy to get fired. But two, I just want to have a sign to try to, the Penn State Alumni Association is probably one of the largest in the country. And I think if I held a Fire James Franklin sign over my head at MetLife, I think it's going to get picked up. You know what I mean? And in the end of the day, it might get some traction. You never know. It's like at game day on ESPN, the first ever game day waved that Washington State flag. Next thing you know, thanks to me, everybody's holding up these Fire James Franklin signs. Once again, the guy deserves to have a job. So in the end of the day, do I want him fired? I don't want anybody fired. But, it's all about getting their name out there and seeing what happens. But I mean, if you're content being 10-2 every year, losing to Ohio State and Michigan, then James Franklin's your guy. You know what I mean? So, but whatever. I'm not even sure how we got on that subject. But,
you were talking about the Rams and the signs that you.
Oh yeah, and then bringing Rams to Central PA.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, you drive around, you're seeing all the night Makenna at the basketball game. I look across, dude takes his jacket off, Rams t-shirt on.
Oh, was it? Like LA or St. Louis?
The new logo one. That sort of ironically looks like the Nittany Lion, the Penn State logo. So take a look at it. Whenever they introduced it a couple of years, I actually tweeted that out, with my 8 followers, and which mom's one of them, which she lost her login info, so she hasn't logged in for years. Plus she has a flip phone, so it's pretty tough to even get in there. But anyway,
it takes a while.
I threw it out there, and I got my traditional 1 like from probably you. I don't know at this point. Maybe not. Maybe it wasn't you. I have no idea. But anyway, my buddy John Ward, an old friend. He likes pretty much everything I post. It could have been him.
It probably was.
He's a good guy. So maybe I'll have to go back and look. But anyway, so the logos, Rams fans, Central PA, we have it all here. And, fantastic life. We're lucky people. You know what I mean? So what else is happening? I mean, on these shows here now, just so I understand, because just so everybody knows, I've been asking Makenna to be on this show for like 5 years, and it's only been on the air 3. So I predated it by 2. So I may have brought, what is it called again?
What do you think this show's called?
It's called HBO Mak, right?
That's the channel name.
Yeah.
Almost,
so anyway,
with an S.
Yeah, exactly. Max Maximus.
That's close enough.
So I was 2 years before your time. I may have brought this show to Central PA.
I think you did.
You know what I mean? In the end of the day, I think, the fact that you have all these viewers could be because of, I thought of the idea 2 years before you had it. But anyway, obviously I'm just kidding. I deserve no credit for this. However, I've been asking to be on the show for a long time because I'm an interesting person, as you know, because I think before you talked about movies and
Yeah.
Makenna. What's my one theory on movies? What is my one theory? What movies do I watch now?
You only watch movies that you've seen before.
Absolutely. I refuse to watch any more new movies.
Mm-hmm.
So the last movie I saw at the movie theater, Hampton 8, because they had the cup holders, it was like the first
Mm-hmm.
one in the area that had it, was Something About Mary, and I think it was 1998. And I'm going to full disclosure, I heard Brett Favre was in it. And I thought it was sort of a sports movie, and that's the only reason I actually went to. So obviously,
It's not a
I know,
sports movie.
I know it's not, but Favre was in it. So that's why I went to it. It was an okay movie. And then after I left, I thought, you know what? That was 2 hours of my time I'm never getting back. And I've seen enough movies up to this point that if I want to be able to just halfway through it, watch it, I'll know exactly where it is and pick up on the end or watch the beginning, skip the middle, watch whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So that's my philosophy on that. So you don't have to just, if you don't have 2 hours to spend, you don't have to, because you know what's going to happen. You can just fill it in and watch whatever you want. So.
Right.
And that's why, Smoking the Bandit, possibly the best movie of all. You know me, I like the classics.
Yeah.
Smoking the Bandit, without a doubt, is probably unedited. Smoking the Bandit is probably one of the best movies of all time. And as the last of 6 kids, I saw that movie when I was 7 years old. So anybody that knows about that movie knows 7-year-olds should not be added. However, my parents were ahead of the times.
Was
They
that
were open.
a double feature with Porky's?
No. Porky's wasn't until 82. That was my brother's bachelor party when I was 11. He was getting married, and so we had a bachelor party for him. And my neighbor, that grew up, Clyde, actually. Uncle Clyde, Clyde the Glide, was there. My brother, my sister, me, and my brother that was getting married. And so it was a Sunday. We're like, hey, let's have a bachelor party for Rand. He's getting married in a couple weeks, And so we go to the movies, and we're like, well, what's this movie? So we walk in, it's Porky's, which, once again, 11-year-old probably should not. And just for the record, I watched that movie like maybe 6, 7 years later. Mm-hmm. It's very stupid. I mean, as an 11-year-old, it's cool. I'm going to school, as a 7th grader, saying, oh man, I just saw this. The kids didn't believe me. So you know what we did that Monday after the Sunday?
What? You ran it back?
Watched it again. Saw it 2 days in a row. Yeah. Take that. Yeah, so that's up there. But I mean, I wouldn't put Porky's in my top 5. Definitely Smoking the Bandit's number 1 without a doubt. Once again, the classics. Number 2, and it's a close number 2 now, is Tommy Boy. Mm-hmm. Noah. If you haven't seen Tommy Boy,
I forgot to tell you, on Wednesday at work, I had my jacket on the back of someone else's chair, and he brought it over, and he did the fat man in a little jacket thing.
It's Fat Man in a little suit, but that's okay.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
He was holding a jacket.
Yeah, that's funny. That's just got some classic lines in it. I love that movie as well. And like I said, the best part about that movie is one time whenever I was traveling, I covered the Pittsburgh area. Well, actually, I didn't cover the Pittsburgh area, but anyway, we were in Pittsburgh. I was with an account rep I work with and the president of our company. And so we're about 2.5 hours from home, and the president's in the front seat, and the other guy's driving. I'm in the back. He goes, oh, I got Tommy Boy on DVD. Let's watch it. So me and the president sat in the back seat, and the other guy drove in the front seat. He couldn't see it, but he could hear it. But he watched it like 5 times, so it was Hauser.
Oh, of course.
So he watched it. So he was laughing along because he knew exactly what was happening. But, that's a classic movie, Tommy Boy. And then I'm once again, I just like good quality films, and I think Trains, Planes, and Automobile. Yeah. 1987. Once again, did not plan to go see that movie. However, went there, saw it. I could watch that. Once unedited, it's the best, obviously. Yeah. They're just a little longer, though. Back to Smoking the Bandits for a second. I think you can watch it now in like 40 minutes on TV, because with the edit, they cut out 35 minutes of the movie, but whatever. Trains, Planes, and Automobiles is definitely up there. I'm going to say it's a solid number 3 for me. Mm-hmm. Saw that as like a 17-year-old, and then here's a strange one. Number 4, Disclosure.
I was shocked. Yeah.
Demi Moore and one of the Douglas dudes. I can't remember what it was. That was a great movie because I don't want to ruin for anyone. It did come out like in 92 or whatever. So if you didn't see it, I'm gonna. So there was an actual plot and then you think the movie's over, and then there's another plot.
Ooh, that's so good.
So, and that was right when email and stuff was coming on. And so I was fascinated by that because this guy, a friend, he would sign everything a friend, and they thought it was literally a friend. But it turns out at the end, the professor's name is, I think, Arthur Friend. So it was his initial and then friend. But I was just sort of, oh, wow, what's this technology? That'll never come around, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's just easier to write a note, mail it, and wait 3 weeks, you know? But that I like, that was another reason why I like that movie. It was just seemed ahead of its time. And it's so uncharacteristic of me to watch a movie like that. And then number 5, that's where Porky slips out to probably 6 for me. Revenge of the Nerds.
I was gonna say, yeah.
That was like 82, 83. I saw that with my oldest brother and his wife, and then my cousin. Drive-ins.
Oh.
Yeah, the drive-in double movie. I'm not sure what the second movie was, but it was once again, probably shouldn't have been watching it at my age.
No.
But well, it is what it is what it is from that perspective. But yeah, it was good. I mean, and then ones that don't make, like Bad News Bears.
Yeah.
That's another great movie as well. I mean, Something About Mary was okay. And then the local movie theaters back in the day on Tuesday would have dollar night. So every Tuesday it was $1 to get in the movies. At the time, I think they were probably like $3.50 or something. So I would just go to the movies because they were $1. So I saw a lot of dumb movies just because they were $1. And I didn't care. I'm thinking, well, it's $1. Plus, it's a cheap date.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was cool.
There
Good
you go.
time. But,
yeah. That ties into what I think the main part of this episode is going to be. So I texted Mr. Jose Ruckus last week, and I told him,
the guy that used to host the show with you. Now it's Tim McLean.
The guy who used to host the show.
More trendy person.
Yeah. So I texted him and say, hey, can you put out a tweet asking people to ask my dad questions?
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. So we have a bunch
of
1,000,
1,500 responses?
Yeah, just about, which is why I got to get this in early. One of the questions was favorite movie. So.
Oh, wow. Favorite movie. I already said it, without Smokey and the Bandit. The first one only. Second one, whenever they had, I think Bradshaw was in that movie, and that was Elephant, Dumbo, Louise. Silly. I mean, most of the time the sequels aren't great. But yeah, Smokey and the Bandit, Jackie Gleason, unbelievable. There's the best line in it ever, and I won't be vulgar with it, is when he goes in trying to find Bandit. He's got to get something to eat. He walks in, and he doesn't realize Bandit's already sitting right there at the counter. He places his order for a Diablo sandwich and a Dr. Pepper. Make it quick, because I'm in a... And then he swears, and it's the best line in probably a movie history.
You might be the first person to not swear on this show.
I know. Well, I try to keep it clean. I got kids. I'm trying to set a good example for them. You know what I mean?
Thanks. As one of the kids, I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I do my best. Hey, and this is a side note, so everybody knows here. We try to be, myself, my wife Julie, and of course that would be Makenna's mom. We try to set a good example. So we went a long time without ever swearing in front of our kids. And the best thing I figured I'd be the one that would drop the F-bomb, but we were at the kids' track. They were like, what grade were you in? 7th, 8th grade?
Was it the year when I did the 400?
Yeah, you had to do the 400 meters.
That was 6th grade.
Okay, 6th grade. So McKenna, because she stepped up at this track meet on the hottest day of the year, ended up running the 400, which I think the furthest you ever ran before was like 4 steps.
Yeah.
The fact that she did it was just a great. So she won some type of, what was it, the Charger Award or
something like that.
Something like, good sports, whatever. So anyway, but for some reason, Julie left early. I'm not sure, because she figured the banquet was over. And let me just tell you, she's there for everything. So, I mean, she doesn't miss anything. So the fact that she left early had to be something legit. So we're leaving. So I'm like, I'm going to call her. She's on speaker. The kids are in the back. And I said to her, I'm like, dude, you shouldn't have left early. McKenna won this award. And she goes, she actually may have said something, and then she said the F word. And I'm like, dude, you're on speaker. And it got quiet. Because up to that point, I don't think you guys ever heard us say it.
No.
If you did, we didn't know you, So I felt so relieved because I wasn't the first one. So then I said it like 5 times after. No, I didn't. I didn't say it. I've now probably said it more than her after times in front of the kids, but it was just a relief to get that off. My chest, as far as that goes. So
now every time we drive past that spot, we talk about it.
I know we do. We do. Yeah, I tend to bring that up
We
because I like
drive
to
through
go
it
back.
very often.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, so the movies is that, and then, I named the other one, so that's
Mhm,
pretty much, beating a dead horse there, but
mhm.
yeah, that's cool.
So Derek was the one who asked the question, and he
Oh,
actually asked
Derek,
three more
great.
questions.
Oh,
Um,
three more.
Three more. So he
Okay.
asked, "Can you lick your elbow?"
No, I can't. I've already tried that a bunch of times. I can't do it because I mean, you ever see those things? People will send you these
Mhm,
email. Well, they don't maybe send them as much because most of the time you delete them now. They're spam,
mhm,
and it will say like, do this, do
mhm.
that, and one will be number 3 is can you lick your elbow? And it'll like number 17 will be I know you've already tried licking your elbow. If you
Yeah.
already tried licking your elbow because of question 3,
Uh.
that's why I ended up doing it. Something to that effect. So I can't. However, I have licked other people's elbows.
Oh.
It's awkward. I mean, if you
Mhm.
don't, especially if they're a stranger or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's just weird. But in the end of the day, so I will lick no one's elbows now. So,
That's good. Uh, what's your favorite emoji?
my favorite. I use it. I overuse it because I'm old school. I'm
Mhm.
an old dude. This here MOG or what is it? Whatever it is, MOIG or whatever. So I can't spell it, but whatever. I like the smiley face with the
Yeah, I
sunglasses.
like that one
I
too.
like that one
Yeah.
because you know what? People don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
Like, because you can use it as like, oh, they said something funny and you're
Mhm,
happy, or they could have said something you don't agree with. I'm putting my shades on because
mhm,
I don't know, but they don't really know what's it really mean. You know what
mhm.
I'm saying?
What does it
So
mean?
I think it's the universal emoji of you can use that, and you could if if someone got married,
Mhm,
if someone they had a friend that passed away, you're feeling sorrow. You put you have that in on there. You know what I mean? You can use
mhm.
it for anything.
Yeah.
They don't think you're in trouble for it. So,
Yeah.
but definitely, without it, hands down, I've used it at least 3 times today.
I
At
believe
least
it.
3 times. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I
Um.
don't like I don't like to exaggerate it though. I usually like to throw one up there.
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
like
Right.
to
Right.
do like 3 or 4. It's one.
One.
I
Yeah.
think one sends the message. 3 or 4 just is
Overkill.
overkill, and people are like they don't take it seriously.
Yeah.
I don't. I'll go delete. So anyway.
Derek's final question is, ooh, you'll like this one. Give the best dad joke on hand.
Oh, the best dad joke. Probably, I mean, I got a bunch.
Yeah.
I love dad jokes. You're seeing more and more of them with, people doing it on TikToks
Mhm.
and things of that nature. So being original with it is tough. I would try to come up with a good original one. However, put me on the spot for a really good one. I'll come back to
Come
that. Let
back
me
to it.
think about it a little bit.
Yeah.
But Derek, I'm not going to let you down. And that's the tease. I want Derek to watch the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Thank
So
you. See, you're good.
that's what I
You got
do.
the content creation on the brain.
Absolutely.
Gotta get that audience
Yeah,
viewership up.
communications major.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was your major.
Bachelor of Humanities, not a Bachelor of Arts. Bachelor. I got a BH.
You
What
got
the
a
hell is that? I have
wow.
no idea. But yeah, Bachelor of Humanities in Communications,
Hmm.
Pennsylvania State University.
There you go.
Yeah. But I'll
Uh,
come back to that, Derek. Okay.
okay. Kate asks, "What's your favorite?"
Kate is
Huh?
Kate from Pittsburgh.
No, that's Erica. Kate was in Vegas.
Ah, Kate from Vegas.
Kate.
Is she the one that got the place?
No,
Coordinate.
that's Lisa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So Kate, I'll just stop trying to figure out where Kate's from. Okay, go.
She's from California.
Oh, Cal. I was just there.
You were just there. She's
Yeah.
more down south though. Anyway,
Oh,
she asks, "What's your favorite Makenna story?"
my favorite Makenna story. Oh, there's a bunch, and I'm telling you, and there's a bunch of, but the one that I repeat the most, and I think you did it on this
Oh,
show.
I know
'Cause
what you're gonna say.
I just love it. Is the when we're growing up. Well, not growing up. I was already an adult. I guess I'd be their sibling. I mean, yeah, whatever. But we got what is it? Rock band.
Mhm.
And so we create this band name, and I'm like, dude, I'm obviously dad. We got McKenna and we
Mhm.
got Campbell. That's McKenna's sister. I'm sure you know her. So we got DMC. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Let's throw run in front of that. We got run DMC, run dad McKenna Campbell. So we played this game for a long time, run DMC. I'm thinking they realized that that's the name of really a band, but whatever. And then years come to pass, and then McKenna sees this dude along a random guy in the street with a shirt that says "Run DMC," and she's like, "Oh my gosh, man! I didn't realize our people knew about our rock band." And I just find that funny because I saw a guy at an airport wearing a Run DMC, perfect stranger waiting for an airplane. I went up to him. I said, dude, I got to tell you. And I told him the story, and he loved it. He thought it was great. And so anyway, that is my favorite story to tell because it relates to multiple things. One, it's just a cool story. Two, it just tells you all you need to know about Makenna. Little gullible, but whatever. But and and by the way, we had a great band.
We did.
Yeah.
So I was convinced people knew about us.
We could have toured. I think. I honestly think we could have.
I think so as well.
Yeah, but whatever. So yeah, that's my favorite Makenna story. And the other one is whenever she was. Well, I'm going Derek. No, this is Kate.
Kate.
Kate's getting a bonus. Whenever she was born, no one. That was back before you actually found out. Well, I guess you could have found out who, if boy or girl. And I came out of the delivery room, and I'm like, "It's a boy!" And everybody's like, "Oh, yeah." And I'm like, "Oh, just kidding, it's a girl." And it's like, "Oh," they weren't upset it was a girl, but just like, so that was my other one.
Mm-hmm. My first.
I guess that's more of a story about me, though. Now
the first story about you that involves me.
Yeah, it was. It was great. Yeah. So anyway, so the other one, I got another one too.
Okay.
The time that because I would obviously spend time with you, and Julie would go out shopping or whatever she did, and I just remember the one time I had the camcorder, as you know. I videoed a lot. I videoed a lot at the camcorder. That was the little ones going around. And I remember I was maybe watching football, whatever, and I had lost track of her. She was out in the kitchen, and I go out there, and she took every lid and I think every bowl out of the Lazy Susan or whatever, all over the place. And all I said was, "You turn your back for 4 hours, and this is what happened." You know what I mean? And it was, but whatever. It was cool.
Mischief.
No harm, no foul. It was good. So.
I remember seeing that clip. I just kept going. Everything was on the floor.
It was. That was good.
Olive asks, we're at a barbecue, and he asks you, do you want a burger? Do you expect cheese on that burger?
Absolutely. Burgers come with cheese.
Interesting.
That is a given. Okay, when was the last time you ever heard anybody say hamburger?
I don't even know. Not
exactly.
recently.
No one says hamburger because guess what?
What?
No one. Lactose intolerant. I get it.
Except
I'm not
for
trying.
Campbell.
Campbell. But yeah, Campbell and Eric. Every year we have the July 4th picnic. Yeah. I make like 40 burgers, and I always leave 2 without cheese for him. I'm respectful. I'm respectful of my niece's husband.
Yeah.
But yeah, no way. I mean, a burger, cheese. And honestly, if I'm out. Like if I'm at somebody's place, there better be the opportunity to put some lettuce, onions, and pickles on it. I don't put ketchup on my burgers I make at home. Maybe a little mustard, but I like to put the mustard on the bottom roll and then set the burger on it, and then put your lettuce, tomato. Actually, tomato. Although here's the thing: your mom, when she cuts the tomatoes too thick.
Yeah, she does.
It's like and she buys like 3 tomatoes. Okay, there's okay. Either don't buy the tomatoes or just get, kind of thinner, you know what I mean? And she's probably listening. I'm not even sure she knows how to use podcast stuff. So, So yeah. So then you put the tomato on top, and then the onion, and then the pickle. So it's all good. So
there you go. That goes into the next question from Vitz. What would you put in your ideal sandwich? Was that your ideal sandwich right there?
Or? No. Burgers not my ideal. I mean, I love burgers. Not my ideal sandwich. This is my ideal sandwich, and I'm telling you, fresh bread. Okay, back in the day, I worked at a bakery in Mechanicsburg. Terranetti's Italian Bakery. It's called Terranetti's. Everybody thought, oh, Italian. It actually stood for Terry and Eddie.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just sort of jammed it together.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, their last name was McMahon. But anyway, nice people. The best part about that job, no set hours. You work Tuesday. Well, Tuesday was a weird day because it was a short day. But you come in, and leave whenever you wanted to. Because as part-timers, you know what I mean? And I remember every Thursday we made, ironically, hamburger buns. Oh. That's what they called them back then. They called them hamburger buns. And we worked 3 in the afternoon to 3 in the morning during the summer because that's when there was a lot of picnics. So I worked a 12-hour shift. I was like 17. I was in 87. So anyway, back to the question here. So it's got to be. I learned what fresh bread was all about because at the end of the day, we got to take home a loaf of bread. I'm telling you, that stuff melts in your mouth. So it's got to start with a good, solid, fresh slice of bread. It's got to either probably typically been bought like that day or just maybe the day before. And so you start with that, and then I mean, I love a nice we call it chip chop ham back here. So I don't know, I don't think people call it that, but it's your basic ham that's all chopped up slices, and then you put it up, you pile it up, and then I like to put a big hunk of cheese, American cheese. Not a fan of like how they put cheese in those envelopes, and they're all stacked up, and you open it, and then you got to pretty much put your hand down in and pull them out. You got the 2 stacks. Whatever happened to just a slice? I guess because of plastic. I have no idea, but I like pulling the put one. So you throw that on there, and then pickles. I love pickles, but this is what I learned. You don't want to put the pickles the whole way on the top of the sandwich because once you put the bread on top, the pickles are typically a little wet. It'll get soggy.
Yeah.
So you want to find something. You want I like the cheese right up against the ham though. So cheese against the ham, and then the pickles, and then there's got to be something else on top, maybe like a slice of lettuce, and maybe a tomato, but not as much. So the ideal sandwich would probably not have that. So it would be everything I just described minus the tomato. So, and then the key, cut it diagonally.
Ooh, yeah.
Cut it diagonally.
It makes it better.
I always liked that because growing up, never had sandwiches cut diagonally, and kids at school would have them, and I always wanted that.
Now you can.
Now I can do whatever I want. Yeah, it's great with the Cutco knife. You know what I mean? We got the anyway. So there we go. Well, I hope you find that fascinating. But anyway, cool. Apparently, I talk loud, and Julie heard me talk about the tomato. So
did she really?
Yes, yeah. And then you know what she did? I'm not even going to say what she did. You know what?
I know what she did.
She did through the glass door window.
Can't believe this.
Al Campbell's staring at me with antlers on, so I can't even, it's all good. Cool.
So the next question from Aaron Roots, who I saw the Wienermobile with.
Yes.
Which child is your favorite?
Which child? Well, here's the deal. I have been blessed with 2 awesome children. So I honestly, there's no way there's a favorite because this is what is great about the children that I have is I have awesome experiences with them together, and then I have awesome experiences individually with them. Obviously, from your perspective, we go to see Fall Out Boy, and it's awesome experience. I look forward to it. We have a whole lot of fun. When we do it, Baltimore coming up, and then we got to get the tickets. And then with Campbell, obviously, it's like football, sports related stuff. I look forward to that. It's fun hanging out with her doing that. And it's there's honestly there's no point in that. They're both favorites. And then obviously the stuff we do together, busting on your mom and stuff like that. That's a fun thing all 3 of us do very well. So I mean. I don't even think twice about that. There can't be a favorite from that perspective. There totally can't.
I thought you were going to say a podcast fan favorite, Tony Salad.
Well, here's the deal. Well, yeah, that's a good point. And I sort of bashed Jose a little bit, but maybe he'd be my favorite if he would live a little closer. And if he called every once in a while, like wow, God. Like, wow,
doesn't even call.
Yeah, exactly. But whatever. Yeah, I know that's a pretty sappy response, but that's a true response. That's when you got it good as a dad, when you got 2 good kids. So
yeah,
it's easy, and they're different and the same, and it's all good. So that's about as serious as I get right there. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Crying. I need. Everybody got a tissue.
Tissue. Hoodie asked Hoodie.
Just for the record, that thing's had sauce on it. It's had chocolate on it. It's been washed like 10 times, but it's holding up. So
It's completely stain free right now.
Hey, Hoodie, that's quality. That's quality craftsmanship.
It is quality.
What's the hoodster have?
Hoodie asked a 1-word question. He simply asks, duck
duck. Absolutely, duck. Duck is key. Duck, and I like to throw it as ducks.
Oh.
Yeah, I go that direction. Ducks.
Do you want to give a
You
duck
know,
update as the forerunner in their health?
yeah, so here's the deal. I grew up on a farm, had every pretty much pet imaginable growing up. Once I became an adult and I realized that's a lot of work taking care of them, so I never really wanted a pet. And so, the kids always wanted pets, and we held out for a long time. I mean, we were in college. So then Campbell got me on a weak moment. I was on a Zoom for work and I wasn't really paying attention. She's like, "Can we get ducks? I'm at Tractor Supply. They got these ducks." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm thinking we get them. We raise them for 12 weeks. We release them to the wild. We'll do it." And then next thing you know, she brings home two because you can't buy one. And we don't know if they're boys or girls. And one was named Grapes. I think you named Grapes.
Yes.
Then she named hers Ricky. And then after a few weeks, we could see the one was bigger than the other. And then all of a sudden, the little one just got huge. That was the boy. That was Ricky. And so long story short, the answer, duck. Duck has changed my life. That word has changed my life.
It really has.
For the good. From a financial perspective, it's been a drain building that. Building their cage at the most expensive time. Wood was costing like twice as much in 2001. That's when we had to build it. Then we had to rebuild it because you realized you couldn't keep them together because Ricky was a beast and would be all over her. So we had to keep them separate. He broke her wing. I mean, on and on and on. Messed her leg up. So, but as of right now, I don't want to jinx it. I'm not jinxing it, but things are good with the ducks. Totally are. Things are good with the ducks. Grape, I just fed them before I came up here. She was happy. She was doing a little swimming in the pool.
Ooh, that's good.
She came in. We got them in the garage right now in their pen. And Ricky was still acting like Ricky. He gets scared because, I cleaned their floor out with the dustpan. And whenever I carry that over, he either jumps in the pool or jumps in the house. And most of the time, if there's any peas in his thing, he spills them all over the place. But this time he jumped in his house and then he'll like look around. He'll look around the doorway to tell I'm done. So, but gotta love ducks, man.
Freaky.
Gotta love them. So,
gotta love them.
If you're gonna have a pet, you gotta take care of it. That's what we do. So.
Me too. Mario asks, why didn't you show Makenna RoboCop when she was young, like when my dad did?
I've never saw RoboCop, so I'm not even sure what RoboCop is. Is that the one with? Wait, does that got the dude in with the big muscle, Schwarzenegger?
No, that's Terminator. RoboCop
is
that's
the kindergarten cop. That was kindergarten cop, wasn't it? No, what's RoboCop?
It's a guy who he's a police officer. He gets shot. He dies, and then they put his body into a robotic suit, and he becomes a RoboCop and takes and it's like the trials and tribulations of a robot.
Described there is exactly why I don't watch movies anymore.
It's so good. We watch it on HBO Max.
I like the classics.
That is a classic.
I don't know. What year was that out? You have any idea?
I do. Let me check the notebook. We did it with Aaron on back in June.
So who's asking this question again?
Mario. He's
Mario. No disrespect, Mario. No disrespect whatsoever. I don't even know what that movie is, and how she described it, that's probably why. So I think it's kudos to your pop for introducing it to you at a young age. I think it's probably made you the person you are today, which is fantastic and awesome. And you should be proud of who you are because of being able to see RoboCop at such a young age. So let's hear it for your dad. I think that's a big deal. That's a big deal for his dad. You know? So very good.
It came out in 1987.
Whoa, 87. Dude, I was too busy watching Trains, Planes, and
I was just going to say while you were watching that.
Yeah. So I had to pick a movie that year. That's the one I picked.
Yeah.
So.
Chaz asks, do you know the name of that woman from Legally Blonde who stabbed someone in a restaurant the other day? Reese something?
It was, first of all.
I texted him when he sent this in. I was like, it's come full circle because I got him with that when I was in London.
That is and that's not really a dad joke, but that is a great joke.
One of the best.
I mean, that is one of the, and there's another Witherspoon joke out there.
Is there?
There is, and I gotta remember what it is. I'm going blank. I'm getting old now. I got so many things in my head. But yeah, oh, that's a classic.
Hmm.
Reese Witherspoon. I
Is
love
with a
that
knife.
show. That puts a smile on my face. It
That's
really does. Chaz from England,
yeah.
right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody good day, Chaz. Bloody good day, mate. Wait, that's Australian, isn't it?
You
Mate.
mixed up the two, I think.
Oh, did I? And the accent's not right either.
Yeah,
I'm not. Hey,
it's close.
is he a fan? Do you know if he likes the new king?
I have no idea. We haven't talked about it.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't know.
I'm not really a fan, but I mean,
Yeah.
Queen, what was it? Queen Elizabeth?
Yeah.
She's, was there my entire life, so I'm still stuck on
Mine too.
Queenie.
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 Um,
Cool.
Joe Mertens, Murder with Mertens, a horror podcast, which I was on an episode of his podcast.
Maybe he'll let me on that. Will he get me on that show too?
You have to watch a movie. Have you? What's a horror? What's your favorite horror movie? That's not his question, but.
Probably Christine.
Oh, well, maybe you can go on his show then talk about Christine.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
I'll let him know.
Not top 5, probably not even top 30, but it's probably yeah. Amityville Horror was a good one too.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie.
Yeah.
Jaws. I guess Jaws is a horror film.
Ooh,
The
Jaws.
problem with Jaws is it's like 4 hours long. Even like the edited versions are
on
like,
TV. It's very long. Well,
Yeah,
we watched it over the
very long.
summer. Well, some
we
of it.
did. I remember the first time I watched it on TV, we were a solid 2 hours in, and I looked, and I was like, we got another hour 45. I'm done. I'm going out, man. I know how it ends. So
There's a shark.
yeah.
Joe asks, Makenna, we all love her for it, but why is Makenna?
Wait, why is what?
Why is Makenna?
Why is Makenna?
Yeah. Why am I the way that I am?
Oh, why are you the way you are? Well, I think this is it. Okay. I think I can answer that question. So it all comes back to just like her, like obviously being the oldest.
Mhm.
So she was the oldest. So she got a lot of attention for a couple years before her sister was, so she was the focus of the family.
Mhm.
And I see a lot of similarities with her mom. Her mom was an only child her entire life. I'm the last of 6, so I never really had anything. I mean, I had great upbringing, great parents, great siblings, and all that stuff. But last of 6, you're getting nothing new for a long time. Till I got this Matthew Stafford jersey, W last night. Jump on the bandwagon if you wish. But anyway, so it all comes back to basically you are who you are because you had that.
Mhm.
You got a lot of attention from that perspective. You're very quick at learning stuff, very knowledgeable. You grasp stuff quickly. And then you were pretty outgoing initially, like an outgoing person, like going to like preschool. I remember mom saying that the first day they took you there, she looked like you just blended right in with everybody just to test it out. So, and then all of a sudden, I think you are who you are, and then you started just hanging out in your bedroom. And then you are who you are, I think, because right there. I mean, your background, everything going on. I mean, that's your life you have. I mean, you come out and you saw your shadow a couple times, and it works out from that perspective when you come out. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with who you are. But I think your ability to just adapt and acquaint with people online brings out the personality in you. You have a what is it? I don't even know what the phrase would be. Your personality is internet. You have an internet-based personality. I think you do well
Mhm.
in this type of forum.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Obviously, you're more shy and stuff like that. But I say Makenna, why Makenna? I think it's this. I think it's the podcast, the internet, the whole technology, all of that stuff. You shine whenever it comes to this kind of stuff. Not that you don't outside of it, but I'm just saying. This is when I think of Makenna, I think of right there, what I see right there on the screen right now.
I'm gonna have you on the podcast more to talk about good things about me. So the next podcast, or no, not the next question. Thank you for the kind words. Kelly, my bestie Kelly, who also plays Webkins, she asks, which
Webkins, right? There's another why Makenna. You know how many 22-year-olds are playing Webkins?
not many.
Yeah. We just
Which
finished watching Wiggles the other night. No, I'm just kidding. I'm so sorry. Go.
they're on my TikTok feed every so often.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So.
Kelly asks, which main character on Webkins do you identify with most? Do you know any of the characters on Webkins?
I have no idea.
We're gonna say you are. I think you would. That's a maybe Goober. How are you with science? Well, you were a chemical engineer for
I was a chemical engineer for 5 weeks.
for 5 weeks. Maybe you're Goober.
I still have the business cards to prove it.
I have one of your business cards.
Yeah, no, science. I dislike science. I gotta tell you, in 4th grade,
Mhm.
I did a science report on the eye. Mr. Yoakum was a science teacher. It was a 1-page. I still have it.
Mhm.
It's in my files with the big cheese.
I was gonna say, in the tape from your graduation.
I got an A on it. I hated science ever since. It was just too much research trying to put that thing together. And I have a strong dislike. 4 years of college, I had 1 science class. So.
Didn't Uncle Steve help you with that?
He did.
Yeah.
That's a great memory. I was going to throw that in there, but I thought he'd be bored with it. But yeah, he did. Yeah, that would be my sister's. I mean, I was in 4th grade, so they weren't married yet. So it was my sister's boyfriend, who was 10, 11 years older than me. He helped out.
There you go. So yeah, maybe
Yeah,
not Goober then. Maybe Art. He does the mining.
Well, but you know, it's sort of funny because I translate, by the way, Matthew Stafford. By the way, I translate Webkins into the Smurf, and I have to keep jumping up here because my leg hurts and I'm trying to readjust it on the chair, so I'm not trying to. But the Webkins with the Smurfs back in my day,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember, you know, we'd get the Smurf glasses.
I was gonna say, do you have the Smurf glasses? Are they still in your office?
Do I have them in my office?
Yeah, they were on the floor whenever I was in there, but I don't know. I don't know how messy the floor is.
No, it's bummer. No, I don't know where they are, but there was one called Brainy Smurf.
Ah.
And I had the Brainy Smurf cut out on my dresser, like a picture of him. So it could be Goober, maybe.
Maybe it is Goober. There you go.
So it could be. So that's why when you're saying Goober and then describing him, you know.
That's
so
you.
I'm gonna go with the
with Goober. He's also the mayor of Webkins right now.
He's the mayor?
He's the mayor, yeah.
I would love to be the mayor.
That'd be good.
Yeah, the mayor.
Yeah, then you're Goober. I think you're Goober then.
You know, I got the first 3 letters for it. May. Mayor.
You did the mayor. May. Ooh, that broke my brain.
Mayor. Yeah.
These next handful of questions come from someone you're quite familiar with, who is, I don't know where she is, but is your other daughter, Campbell.
Oh, Campbell.
This is what she was doing during dinner tonight.
Oh, okay, great. She's asking you questions.
Yeah, she asked 9 questions.
9, okay. Are they multiple choice?
Well, they're definitely, you know the answers to them.
Okay, sounds good.
The first one is, if you could be sponsored by any one company, what company would you choose? We were talking about this in the car yesterday, which is why I think she asked it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if I could be sponsored by, well, you guys asking each other who you'd be sponsored by.
Yeah, on the car trip, yeah.
I would say, I'm not sure who I can't remember. It's Kit Kat. Who makes Kit Kats?
Oh, is that Hershey? I think it's Hershey. Is it not?
Is it Hershey?
Is it Hershey?
We should know that. I mean, we live right here.
I know.
But anyway, Kit Kat. Whoever makes Kit Kats, that's who I want to sponsor me.
Let's see.
Or who makes Milk Duds? No, just kidding.
Can I have a Milk Dud?
No, it'd be Kit Kat. I want to be sponsored. I want the logo to Kit Kat, you know.
Yeah, it's a Hershey product.
Yeah. You know, they call your mom Kit Kat at work.
Oh, do they?
Yeah, because she's always taking a break.
Oh!
Oh, hey, that's maybe the dad joke.
That's the dad joke.
That's too funny. Sorry.
The next question she asks, is today truly the best day of the week?
Oh, absolutely. Today always is. I say it all the time. And I got to tell you a funny story here. I'd get my coffee at the Turkey Hill back whenever before COVID and I actually had to go to the office. I'd go in every day. This cashier would say, how you doing? I'm like, best day of the week. And she'd like smile at me and just nod. And for months. And she's like, okay, can I ask, why do you always say today's the best day of the week? And I'm like, because you can do something about today. That's why it's the best day. You can't do anything about yesterday or tomorrow. But you can do something about today. So if it's not the best day of the week, you can change that and make it the best day of the week. She never asked me how I'm doing. When I went in, she just gave me this blank stare. You know what I mean? And then I gave her a turkey foot T-shirt after that.
Oh, there.
And then she quit.
What?
I know.
She
But
played the
whatever.
long con.
So yeah, today's always the best day of the week. So.
Next question she asks, do you have a phone? If yes, why aren't you calling each other?
Absolutely. Oh, that's my big thing. If we're in a hurry, we got to go somewhere, and your mom's chatting with one of her friends, or the kids are chatting with their friends, and I want to go. I'm like, hey, Makenna, you have a phone? She'll say, yeah. Hey, whatever, your friend, Lauren, do you have a phone? She'll be like, yeah. I'm like, call each other later. Get in the car. We got to get home. So,
I did that to Mama Campbell the other night. I just wanted to go to bed.
And for the record, I stole that from back when I played softball. One of the umpires would say that if people were lollygagging to get out to their positions because they were talking, Willie, who used to ref basketball games too, he said that one time. You got a phone? You got a phone? So I'm going to give him credit because he deserves it.
You're telling me another thing from my childhood was a lie?
It's not a lie.
Was not original?
It wasn't an RAM original. It wasn't a Rambo original, but whatever.
I don't know what is original at this point.
Yeah. Well, there's not going to be a paternity test. It's just like Maury. You're going to find. Is she really my daughter?
Yeah, exactly. That's the last question.
That's going to be tough because we look almost alike.
Yeah, that's what people say. They say Campbell and I don't look anything alike, but Campbell, you and I look alike, and then she looks like Mom.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
And people at work would say, Makenna looks like you, but Makenna acts like your mom. Campbell looks like Julie, but she acts like me.
Really?
That's what they say, like Jeremy Jenkins and like Hauser and them. That's what they would say. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I know, that's sort of funny.
I feel like it's reversed now, though.
Well, I think as time goes on, you both act like me because I think we hang out. You guys are mature and you guys are realizing that. I am the cool one. So you want to be like me. So it's all good.
Oh no, you're getting a lot of fingers after this episode.
It's all good.
Her next question is thoughts on Sasha Stryker.
What?
Thoughts on Sasha Stryker.
Sasha Stryker. You gotta love her, man. She's awesome. iCarly, probably one of the best shows ever on TV. It was. If you think the concept of that show, brilliant. Sasha Stryker.
Sasha Stryker.
What was the game she was playing? The rat game?
Pack Rat.
Pat Rack.
Pack Rat.
Love it. Love it.
Love it, Jerry. The next one. Who's your favorite character from Ant Farm?
That,
the computer kid.
It's the thing we saw at the emergency room. It's the computer monitor with the base on the wheel. That was on one show.
One episode.
I thought that was the main character on the show. I guess I didn't watch many episodes.
I bet you only watched one of. Of the episodes you watched, he was on 100% of them.
Yeah, because that show was out. What was that other show called? True Jackson
VP.
Yeah, that went out around the same time.
Yeah, probably. That was on Nickelodeon though.
Oh, okay.
And Ant Farm was Disney. So there's overlap, but yeah.
Yeah, I got you. Okay, yeah. That definitely. Oh, but you know what?
What?
Jazz hands.
Double dream hands.
Yeah.
Raise to the audience.
Yeah, that was good.
What's your holiday of choice?
Holiday of choice. Well, here's the deal. People like Christmas. Christmas is great. It's got a great meaning. Easter's got a huge meaning. New Year's Day is very festive, very celebratory. Thanksgiving is cool. I like July 4th. One, because it's middle of summer. We have probably the best picnic of all picnics in our family. It's at our house because we serve cheeseburgers and fresh rolls. But I would say July 4th just because summer, as long as it's not raining out, the weather's good. That's just a good, what I like about July 4th is if it's a Tuesday, you celebrate it on Tuesday. If it's a Thursday, these holidays that they shift them around it's observed on, it's supposed to be on the 31st, but we observe it on the 29th. Like that's BS. July 4th, I like how it moves around. So, and I like it too because I got this Uncle Sam outfit I've been waiting to wear, and I think I finally got a video I want to make next year with it. So.
Oh boy!
I have to have here, do I? Oh.
Do you? Oh, there it is.
There's the Uncle Sam hat. Yeah. I almost pulled out this one. I got confused.
I was gonna say, do you have other costume pieces in there? Oh, cat in the hat.
Dr. Seuss. But anyway, and it looks like skin the cat. That was a thing you used to do in the playground growing up. That's the cat skin from Dr. Seuss. So, Anybody that's younger than 40 probably should Google skin the cat. It was a thing you used to do on the swing sets. You didn't literally skin a cat, just for the record.
Thanks.
Anyway.
She asks, do you fear the Reaper?
More cowbell.
More cowbell.
Yeah, no doubt.
What's your
But I will tell you this, I've hit I'm over half a century old. And I mean, I don't fear
Not
anything.
half a century.
I'm over half a century. Right? Half a century.
Century is 1,000 years.
A century?
Yeah. Is it not?
No, a century's 100.
Is Campbell listening?
Campbell, are you listening?
I can hear on your end.
Right. Century's 100.
Wait, Campbell, come here.
What?
Come in.
Campbell, you gotta come in.
I have reindeer antlers.
Okay.
Hi.
A century. How long's a century?
How long's a century?
It's 100 years.
Is it actually? I thought it was about. That's a millennium.
And that's also Fall Out Boy song.
I know it is.
Century would be multiple 100 years.
Okay, that's fair. My apologies. My apologies.
Shout out to Nigel from Ant Farm. You didn't give him a name. His name is Nigel.
Just for the record, has Campbell already been on the show?
She has on HBO Max. She's been on HBO.
I wasn't on, so you got to go.
Bye.
Okay, bye. It's always a pleasure.
That's in her episode is when I broke the stool down at the island.
Oh, gee.
It's in the episode.
That she taped.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What else we got?
Her final question is, can you pronounce the word amphitheater?
Amphitheater.
Yeah.
How'd I do?
That was pretty good. You can get her back by asking her to pronounce abominable.
Nice. Abominable.
Okay, so the last batch of questions.
Yep. Okay. Just like rapid fire.
Kind of, Braden.
Yep.
Asked a whole slew.
Hockey guy from Canada.
That's Toby. His friend.
Oh, okay.
The other Canadian guy.
I have my Kings jersey. I don't have it with me. I can't show you my Kings jersey. That's Robotell. Oh, yeah, it's Gretzky. Yeah, okay.
There you go. Braden's my other good friend from Canada. He's on the mantle downstairs.
Got it.
The on the mug.
Leon.
Huh?
Leon.
Yeah, with Leon.
Yeah, gotcha.
He asked a bunch of questions. He's a big fan of you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. What's your best dad moment?
My best dad moment?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say my best dad moment was probably basketball. You were playing your last game. We were playing somewhere in Ephrata, and you were not an aggressive player, and you drove the lane, was banging hard, threw a layup in, got the foul. So, and you missed the foul for the 3-point play, but that was pretty cool. But with that said, so the irony of all this is, fast forward, time for that is Campbell in one of her last games nails a 3-pointer.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
At Good Shepherd. It was like, so it's ironic that the two moments I think of, or because you're the dad. Oh, that's my kid. So it was basketball of all things, the two sports that you guys don't really play at all. So.
Not anymore.
But that was it. Okay.
What's a go-to catchphrase for Rod?
Oh, go-to. I got a bunch of them.
You do?
I mean, I love you do the right things for the right reasons. Good things will happen. But my favorite one of all time, shout out to Professor Scott Terry, who was my government teacher first year in college. And I think I took him my second year for something. You write the rules, you win the game.
Win the game.
That is so true. And I totally live my life by that motto. I always position myself so I'm writing the rules, because no one writes the rules for a game you can't win. Put yourself in position so you write the rules, you win the game.
There you go. That's a good one. I heard that a lot in high school.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be an internet celebrity?
Well, it's tough. I mean, fortunately, I don't really go anywhere, so I don't get mobbed by people because I'm not out in public or anything like that. However, every once in a while you get to shout, Rodman or Hot Rod, or look, just tonight at the basketball game, somebody came by the table, knew me just because of my videos.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's big.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's it can be a challenge, but I enjoy it. I make the most of it because
Mhm. Well, I'll never forget when I gave blood for the first time, and they saw my last name and said, "She's a May," but they gave no context to what that meant. Like, and I know you donate blood, so I was like, I wonder what he's done for them to say, "Oh, she's a May."
Well, it could be because my favorite thing to do is whenever I go give blood is I throw my arm up there, and I always tell people, the nurse is like, "Sir, you don't put your leg up here, you put your arm up there." And I'm like, "Ma'am, that is my arm." So that's always a good one.
That's a good one. You got a lot
Yeah.
of those too.
I got a lot of those as well. Yeah.
What's your favorite dinosaur?
My favorite dinosaur probably would be pterodactyl, and is that considered a
Yeah.
dinosaur?
Mhm.
Okay, because the way it's spelled, you wouldn't think it's spelled that way.
Silent
So,
P.
and it took me probably about 30 years to realize that's how you say. I knew what pterodactyl was, but I don't think I've ever seen it written. And the first time I saw it written, I'm like, no way.
Your mind
So
was
that's what, yeah, I know. I know. Hey, at this point in life, I'll whatever. I admit everything.
blown. Yeah. Do you like Post Malone?
Post Malone.
Mm-hmm.
Would that be in hoops if we're playing Carl Malone? We got to post him up or
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
I'm gonna say yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you considered Hero by Nickelback to be one of your theme songs? If not, what would be your theme song?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, back in the day, song that I like most that would get me riled up that I live by was Center Field by John Fogerty.
Ooh.
That was just a
Mm-hmm.
song, because I thought, up until the amateur draft in 1988, I thought for sure I was going to get drafted in the
Mhm.
major leagues,
Mhm.
which I really knew I wasn't, but whatever. So that would be my theme song now. I mean, was the question is, do I think I'm a hero? Yeah, I think I am a hero. No, wait, okay, that wasn't the question. Sorry, I got sidetracked here. So the question.
The question
Yeah, hero.
was,
Yeah,
have you considered Hero to be by Nickelback to be
Yeah.
one of your theme songs?
Well,
If not, what would be?
I got to tell you something funny.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the hardware store to buy 9-inch nails, and I gave them. They were 45 cents, so I gave them 50 cents, and they gave me a nickel back. How about that?
There's your dad joke.
See that? Yeah, that's a good one. No, I haven't, but I will take it into consideration.
And with I completely forgot. Campbell asked another question. She asked, "What's your go-to karaoke song?"
Well, you know what it's going to be now?
What?
It's going to be one bourbon, one scotch, one beer.
Ooh, yeah.
Guys, you don't really have to sing a lot,
No.
in that one. Obviously, if your mom's there, I'll do Love Shack. I'll
Mhm.
do Summer Lovin'.
Mhm.
And another one that I wish I could just sing a little better is Brandy by Women Looking
Ooh.
Glass.
Mhm.
That seems like that would be a good one. But I mean, if you had to have me sing right now karaoke, I would go with one bourbon, one scotch, one beer by George Thorogood.
You do Friends in Low Places pretty well as well.
I dabble in that a little bit. Yeah.
You dance
Yeah.
better at it than sing it.
Yeah.
With that intermission, back to Brayden's questions. He has a few more.
Okay, great.
What's your go-to Mario Kart character?
Well, you know what? You're gonna have to. When we used to play, what was I? Was I the princess?
I think you usually played as Princess Peach, yeah.
Yeah, Princess Peach.
And then we would always do Moo Moo Meadows.
Yes, we did with the cow.
Yeah, do you remember that one time we all picked, we played 3 rounds of it, and we picked all the races for, each round, and then you picked all 4 of yours to be Moo Moo Meadows? I think we have those times still somewhere.
I do remember that, and I was, so annoyed that you guys would always drop, the banana peel. I could never figure it out how to do it, and then I finally did figure it out. Yeah.
It's
just for the record, I wasn't letting you guys try to win. I mean, I wasn't letting you win. I just couldn't beat you.
Oh, no. I know you guys don't let us win.
No, we don't do that. We don't do that.
If Princess Monopoly Jr. taught me anything, other than you have to spend money to make money.
Absolutely. And the key to that is you got to have money. You got to have money to spend money to make money. That's easier. But in the end of the day, yep, no doubt.
Next question. Hardest moment in your life so far or hardest triumph?
Well, here's the deal. So, little known fact, when I was 2 years old, I got ran over by a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Ran right over my chest.
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up on a farm. My dad had a, for lack of a better, it was almost like a UPS type truck that they converted into like a feed truck to throw feed in. So it had like the sliding door on the side. So the doors were always open. He had built in a seat in there in addition to his seat. And so apparently I jumped out the side, slipped in mud, and he backed over me. And here I am today.
Here you are today.
So I'd have to say, hey, what's that RoboCop question? This is Robo Rod right here, not RoboCop. So I would have to say that was probably the, that was the biggest thing, because if that didn't turn out the right way,
no,
we wouldn't be here.
No, we would not be.
Well, I guess based on the paternity test, maybe you would have still been here. So we'll wait for that. When's Maury Povey show up? Is he coming? Okay, so.
Once again, dating yourself.
I know. Well, he's still on.
Is he?
Yeah. A century's 100 years.
Sorry.
You really need to start. Yeah. What's not on anymore? Springer.
Well, no, he died. Yeah, earlier this year.
He was a mayor. Back to that.
Really?
I'm tying stuff in here. He was the mayor of Cincinnati. Yeah. He got busted for paying a prostitute. He gave her a check.
Oh no.
Everybody knows they only take cash, but whatever.
Yeah, everyone.
That's what I heard.
I think I know the answer to this next question, but what's the perfect bagel?
A donut.
Do you remember what you said a few years ago?
No,
about a bagel? You said, it'll be a cold day in hell when I eat a bagel.
Well, exactly. So, yeah. Oh, I don't remember that specifically. I still agree with that.
It's on the quote page.
Yeah, it's on the quote page. Yeah. A bagel? What the heck is a bagel, man? Why does anybody like a bagel? So, whatever.
And the final question from Braden, he ends... Well, before the question, I'll give you his final comment. He says, big fan, really enjoy what you've made. His final question is, are you interested in being a guest on other shows?
Oh, absolutely. I'm interested. I mean, here's the deal. If the people want me, I'm willing to do it.
They can have you.
Yeah, they can have me. But, I mean, if not, this is what I like to say, I'm a winner. I like to win. Competition is number one of my top strengths. I like to win. And I like to help other people win. So if you feel as if I could help your show and I could be on it to make your show better, then you should have me on. And if you decide that you're okay with your show being mediocre, then you won't have me on. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I like to have fun. So I'm open to any invitations. Talk to my agent, Campbell and Makenna.
Yeah, I was going to say, go through us.
Yeah.
And I believe that is all of our questions.
That's awesome. It was a pleasure. I really appreciate it. I'm getting tired.
I was going to say, and that I think will conclude the episode. Thank you, Father, the Rodman, for coming on. Everyone is very excited for this episode.
Oh, boy. I'm hoping they still watch you after this. It's a pleasure, and it's a pleasure never meeting any of these people and totally trusting you that they're all good people.
They are.
I love them all. So there you go.
Brandon usually hosts this show, so I don't really remember how he finishes.
Okay.
Oh, wait, I gotta do he usually does this. Subscribe, tell your friends about the podcast, rate us 5 stars, hit the bell, comment. Father, what should people comment on this episode? Ask is there a question you want them to answer, or?
I want them. Here's the question I really want to know. This is the question I really want to know. Is basically, what is death? No, I'm just kidding. That was wow. I had philosophy in college, and that was the final.
Oh my god!
That was the whole thing. What is death? We had to write like 6 pages on what's death.
Oh God!
No, I'm just joking.
That's an existential crisis.
No, I really don't. I don't really know. The question would be, you know what I mean? I just go back to the whole philosophy of just like, enjoy life, be happy. I mean, yeah, things, moments will suck from time to time, but at the end of the day, put everything in perspective. The world's a great place, and be nice to one another, and when in doubt.
Stafford it out.
Stafford it out. Absolutely.
I I think that's where we're gonna end it there. So
Okay, sounds good.
thank you for watching and listening. Tell your friends.
ya.
Go Rams. Bye.
Go.